Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is focusing on a super awesome light that I've had the luxury of testing for the last few months. It just released today, and it is the Govee Permanent Outdoor Lights Prism. And these lights I would put on the top of my most excited list because I don't know if you have any experience with Govee outdoor roof lights, but a lot of the times the lights, while they look really awesome, they don't have a lot of differences in the gradients between the lights, and that's something that's always stood out to me. But with the Govee Outdoor Lights Prism, that totally changes that. It has a nice fluid animation transition between the lights. There's 3 different segments of LEDs that shine on your wall. If you stick around, you'll see I didn't actually end up keeping them on my roof because I already had my Outdoor Lights Pro on there, and for my testing I decided to test them along my fence line, and I'll show you it. You'll check it out. It's definitely, in my personal opinion, the right way to do it if you already have Govee outdoor roof lights set up. If you don't, definitely throw them on your roof. But if you already have them on your roof and you want something to spruce your yard up just a little bit more, the backyard, on the fence, or wherever is the spot to go. Stick around. We'll check it out. My name is Connor, and this is Informal Tech. All right, we're going to jump straight into it with the website check. Now you can see there's a couple accolades here right on the top, and it has Best of IFA 2025, Slash Gear IFA Innovation, and IFA Finalist 2025. And that's because these lights really take a established light setup and kind of add just that little flare of innovation that I think they needed. Now, part of the reason I didn't actually keep these on my roof was because they're white. I don't think there's a black version yet, but when it comes out, I'll definitely be looking at switching to those. You can see in here, it's got the different color zones right here. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3 different zones, and basically the lights each come out differently on each of the zones depending on what animation setup you have, and they blend together on your wall, and they put up this really awesome gradient effect. It has an awesome warm white, an awesome cool white, and they're definitely the best outdoor roof lights I've tried so far. Granted, I've only ever tried Govee roof lights, but they have the typical Govee splice capabilities where they include the splice connectors, so when you cut it, it's easy to slap into the splicer. I personally probably wouldn't use those because they're a little bit bulky, but if you're not super experienced with electronics and splicing wires, then that's something you're going to want to consider because it does help maintain some of that water resistance if it's outside. I will say, because I put mine outside on the ground, they've been exposed to a ton more moisture and rain than they would be if they were under an eave or an awning, and so I will say that the water resistance is good. I've definitely been impressed with it. I had one of my string lights upside down on my fence as it was going over the fence posts, and it caught water and it died, but since then I've had those outdoor roof lights out there and they have not had any issues in the rain. I have noticed a little bit of Wi-Fi inconsistency, at least when I first started testing, but there's been a few software updates and I haven't noticed it recently, but I want to keep you guys apprised to all the info. Price is $539.99 for the 100-foot set, and if you needed more than that, you can get the 200 or the 150, and the 150 is $699 and the 200 is $859. But as you go up, you can see that the price per foot is lowering, so definitely keep that in mind. If you need more than 200 feet, at least with the old versions, 200 feet was the most that you could put, and if you needed anything more than that, you had to get another set. With my roof lights that I have up there now, I have, I think, 250 feet or something along those lines, maybe 300. I have to run 2 controllers, each with their own power source, so definitely something to keep in mind. You can actually see right here it has the IP68 waterproof with the -22 Fahrenheit up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit with some UV resistance. That time will tell on that. I can definitely report back since mine are in direct sunlight as compared to those that are going to be under roofs. It talks about how you can cut them, the different presets. There's all kinds of features, music sync mode, but we'll get into all that when we get into the demo section. So right now, I think that's enough for the website. You can also pick these up on Amazon, so definitely check the links in the description and the comment section to jump on the links for the channel. They will support the channel, so definitely appreciate you guys using those. But just a couple technical specs in here. The colors are RGB, WW, IC. Now, I don't remember what the IC at the end are, but the RGB is obviously the red, green, blue, and then the warm white, cool white. IC is probably something added in there, so I'll definitely have to check that out. Maybe I'll drop something in editing to come back at you, but it has really great colors. Obviously, it's got the typical Wi-Fi connection, and it does run at 36 volts, so that's how it's able to power so many lights. And what I have noticed is my full 200 feet stay consistently bright. I don't know if maybe they have some different logic in there for controlling the brightness of each bulb compared to the other ones, but the other ones, what I've noticed is once it starts to get to those last few bulbs, it starts to get a little dimmer, unless you change the settings so they're all dimmer, but I don't really want that. And so definitely appreciate the brightness on these ones. Stick around, we're going to hit the unboxing, we'll do a demo, we'll talk about it, and we'll come back for our final thoughts. All right, moving into the unboxing, I have some good news and bad news. Good news, the unboxing is going to be very short because my Ray-Ban Metas apparently stopped recording when I was recording this, and it was back in July, so I'm just now noticing. But you open the box, you're greeted with your usual books and stuff. This is not the production box. This is part of the testing environment, so imagine it'd be significantly nicer, but it does give you some information on how to use the splice kit, where to cut. And then on the inside, these 4 boxes at the top contain the actual LEDs. So if you had 2 full, that would be 100 feet, because I have the 200 feet and all 4 are full. So if you had 3, that's the 150. And then underneath that in the long box towards the bottom, that's actually where the power brick and pieces live, as well as mounting hardware and a bunch of accessories. Okay, let's check out some of these lighting effects. All right, now you've seen the Govee outdoor roof lights Prism. These are definitely my favorite outdoor roof lights. I wish they would have been here when I first started my roof light project, but I'm glad to have them along my fence line because they're going to add a ton to my outdoor lighting scenes. If you want to see more Govee content, definitely leave a comment. Let me know what kind of lights you guys want to check out. We do have a ton. Recently posted my Govee Curtain Lights Pro review, as well as a Lumeri rope light review. And those are both awesome products, so definitely check those videos out. And if you're interested in XR glasses, we're giving away a set of Raineo Air 3S Pros and a set of Raineo Air 3S for the 500 subscriber celebration on this channel. So definitely go check out that video as well. I'll drop a link probably in the description of the comment section for it, but we appreciate you guys sticking around this long. Again, my name is Connor. This is where the Informal Tech Reviews live, and we'll see you next time. Peace.